fingers crossed, we are live. If anybody watching on the comments could just let us know that you can see us and hear us, that would be absolutely fantastic. And welcome to the first ever Bree Show live stream.
Yay!
Bristol on Sunday. Bristol show, absolutely huge show. We have got Lee with us, Sam with us, Ling with us, Jezza and Luke. I don't know, do you like want to do quick introductions for yourselves?
Yeah, cool. I can start. I'm Luke. Our Spiders will be trading at the Bristol shows. We have done the previous 3 or 4 years.
Excellent. Jez remains to be seen, so I'm a trader. Selling my dead wares, taxidermy and skulls and skeletons and all things a bit weird and dead.
You?
Me? All right. Yeah, my name's Sam. I work both for Lee and for TSS as well. You've probably spoken to me on the phone if you ever rang us up. Probably spoken to me via email if you ever emailed us. You've probably felt me print your order. But yeah.
I'm Lee. I'm the organiser for the Bristol show, or one of the co-organisers with Luke and Nick. I also work at the Spider Shop. I might patch your spiders.
So yeah, they're going to be joining us tonight, and we're going to be talking about the Bristol show, which is the Western Invertebrate Show, which is coming up on Sunday. So we've only got 3 more days, and this is your chance to ask some questions. Asking them some questions so you can get to know everyone a little bit better.
Yeah, it's definitely show week, I can tell you that much.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think
are you all feeling the pressure?
Feeling a little bit tired, got a lot to do, but at the same time, I wouldn't rather be doing nothing else.
So when you do a normal week, when you haven't got a show, how many hours do you put in? Just on an average week at work, doing your thing, playing with spiders, packing them up.
I'm not sure if the guys would agree, but I feel like it's not so much a job; it's more of a lifestyle. Now that's how I can answer that.
It feels like this week.
Feels like 70 hours in the like.
Yeah.
How many hours are you with the business then on a normal week when you haven't got a show, compared to how many hours are you putting in at prepping for this week?
Yeah, there's a lot of variation between that. It's hard to give an average. I say last week was probably 10, 11 hours a day last week, just because of we had a lot of unpacking, a lot of stuff going out. This week is probably about the same. I have a feeling next week will be the same. So yeah, we've got a lot. We've had a lot to get through, and we've got a lot more to go. If that
and we
makes
also
sense.
operate over 6 days rather than 5.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a 7-day week, I guess, for me. Actually, that is actually a little bit of a lie, because I wasn't here on Monday. But yeah, usually the show weeks are all day weeks, but it's so worth it. So worth it. I mean, the next 2 days it'll be until I drop, but
Yeah, I think it's really important that you don't want to get to the show and think, oh, I should have done that.
mm-hmm.
Oh, I should make time for that. So yeah, it's just kind of pulling out all the stops now, really.
And we're so used to doing it with like clockwork, so everyone knows their role. So it's quite good for us that everyone works autonomously. So the guys who pack the equipment, which know what needs to be done, then come Friday, we're kind of every area's done what they need to do, and we're good to go. If it goes right.
I think for a seller's point, for a buyer's point of view, it's normally a case of, I know I should have brought an extra 50 quid.
We take card. I'll say that now.
We still take silver and gold.
Yeah.
So I take it all of you take card. Luke obviously does. Jez, do you take card?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jez, you're a little bit different. So you're not so much inverts, are you? You're a little bit of a quirky, different thing going on at the show. How long does it take you to get ready and prepared for your things? Because
It depends, really. I mean, it's kind of constant for me because I do at least an event every other weekend, and sometimes in between as well.
Wow.
And it's been pretty good this year, I have to say. So as much as it's fantastic when you have a great event and you sell loads of stock, but you've got to replace that stock, and that can be quite stressful, to be fair. So obviously with taxidermy, every piece is unique. So it's it's pretty full on, to be fair. So again, it can very much vary from week to week, and especially a week leading up to a show. It's really just, apart from making sure that there's certain lines that I'll know that I want. You never know what's going to sell. You'd need a crazy magic crystal ball, but there are certain things I do really well with. Corvids across the board, crows, magpies, they, pardon the pun, they fly out even though they're dead. So I make sure that I've got plenty of stock of that kind of thing. So there's certain lines, but you know, I can have a show where I'll sell loads of cat skulls. I'll have a show where I don't sell any cat skulls. You never can tell. But I've got loads of tarantulas in my freezers at the moment, and I really need to pull my finger out and, well, stick my finger in and get some of those eyes preserved and framed up. But I really struggle. But yeah, it's full on. To be fair, full on. But yeah, just making sure I've got everything ready, and then it's the jigsaw of getting it all in the car. It's good fun.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
the fun jigsaw of getting everything piled in. Lee's all right. Lee's got a massive van.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's what I
It's
need.
not inconspicuous either.
No, you just know they're coming. You know they're
That
coming.
makes it a little more challenging to sneak them into the hotel rooms, I guess.
My favorite is the we get a lot of TikTok lifestyle influencers who will just literally see us coming past them on the road and film that and then put it on their channel with a massive like WTF and everything like this. And all publicity is good publicity, and yeah, I should find out. I'll tell you. I'll find out who it was. But yeah, and just literally, yeah, just this woman in the car, right? And there's little old me driving the fun. There you
Like in the sound effect.
Been driving for 6 hours. Don't film me yet. Let me at least have a coffee.
Coming out the back roads. Hideous.
Yeah.
Those roads are not great. I bet they're not great coming out in that van, are they?
Yes and no. Yeah, it's better at night because you can kind of see what's coming around the corner. But
I've got the same kind of roads, so I hate it.
We had the advantage no one wants to crash through a van full of spiders.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm just a little white car.
Yep.
Being through. There's going to be so much going on Saturday, on Sunday. It's going to be really, really good, and there's so much variation as well. I'm really excited. So, have you got new things coming to the show, Lee and Sam?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There's. I tried to count out the other day how many species are actually on the site and kind of got bored. But I think, as we're saying, there's probably about at least 2 tables, is it? Or maybe three, like of just adult females and tarantula pairs.
So yeah, we're very tranche heavy this show compared to all the maybe the weirdest stuff we're known for. But for people who want to breed spiders, we've got a lot of great adult females, pairs ready to go, and a lot of the more sort of mid-range, rarer stuff as well. So as well as like the more common species. So there's gonna be something for everyone. So anyone's interested in breeding or wants adult female, you know, you have it.
And these are not on the website yet. These are for the show, right?
So we
Show.
tend not to put them on the website because we do one show a month now. We generally have all the single animals. We'll just say for that. So when you see us at a show, you can buy things that are not on the website.
Right, so they are show specials pretty much. How about you, Luke?
Yeah, pretty much the same as the Spider Shop, really. So we always save a lot of our stuff, and maybe that deemed the best stuff for the show days in particular. Having so many shows throughout the year, I believe last year we done 19 with so many events. I would like to prioritize the shows because the shows are where it all started for me. That's how I got into the hobby myself and found the community. So I always like to save my best stuff for show days specifically. So it's hard to gauge an amount, but there is multiple that are coming on the day that aren't yet listed. To name a few, we've got some of the Ferrophosa blondie, the Goliath bird eater, adult females, some of the LSD earth tigers, which is an amazing name, by the way. I think they are now Silentica devamatha, but I see some places selling them as Silentica psychedelicus, and psychedelicus is a far better name.
So
But we'll
it's
have
made up the LSD Earth Tiger common name. I can't believe it's stuck. I've even seen people now use it all around the world.
yeah, but you can see why. It's a cracking
We've got
common
great
name.
imagination.
But yeah, as I said, there's always lots to be found on the day, and we don't really advertise too much because I find that the shows are quite special in themselves because the people that are waiting in the queue really early, like we'll get there at 9 o'clock and there's already people queuing outside. I think it's really quite nice for the guys that make that extra effort and wait long in the queue to come in and find some of them shows special.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. It makes it exciting as well because you know, a lot of people save up for their shows. That's going to be in their area that they can get to. So for them to like know that there's going to be something at the shows that they can't get online, it makes it even more exciting, I think. And it makes them want to save up even more and get to these shows.
I think that is a very important
what you get online as well. Show discounts are just wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely great.
100%. Jez, he does taxidermy, as he has just said, but some of the things that Jez has would absolutely blow and discombobulate your brain because he has quite a wild, macabre sense about him. Have you got anything that is going to be fancy and different specifically for the shows that you're thinking might blow people's socks off?
Jez, have you got anything near you that you can show on screen? Oh, nothing human, because YouTube don't like that.
I am absolutely surrounded.
Hold on, fella. There we go.
Got a magpie.
Magpie there, open wings with its nest and its eggs, little egg in its mouth. A little bit different. So just a bird standing. Oh, it's just bonkers. You know, what do you want, little pig?
Oh my god! I love that. Look at that.
I think I put a deposit down on that now.
Oh my god! What is it?
Is it baby giraffe?
Zebra.
Right. Because your screen's in portrait.
Is that a real crocodile head?
Yeah. Alligator that is. But yeah, just to show you the difference.
Wow.
Just casually have an alligator head in the room, like
That'd be like a small snack for that thing.
So Jez has some really, really cool macabre stuff. I mean, if you're really into your Wednesday Addams stuff, you've got Jez here.
Thing of beauty.
So I might have a human skull with me on the day. I don't tend to decide until the morning. But
Okay,
yeah, so I'll carry human stuff as well.
Jez is he's a little bit crackly, so he does have a license for, and he does sell human remains as well as animal remains, and I think it's pretty cool. It's quite a unique specific taste of taxidermy. But this is how varied the invert shows are, and this is what the invert shows are all about. It's about variation and what you can get. It's not about just going to them, is it? And just seeing just inverts. There's so much there for everyone. I love it.
What makes Bristol show stand out for all of you?
I mean, Bristol shows the biggest of its kind, if I'm correct, for the Invert Show's UK events.
Yeah, it's definitely our biggest at the moment.
Yeah.
As well, isn't it?
I believe it does the Bristol show also have the most amount of traders and tables available?
So far this year, we have our end of year show planned. We've moved from Brighton to Southampton, which will be even bigger. So the end of the big show.
I mean, I always do say as well, because I've got a lot of friends and people I know outside of the hobby, and what I say to them is when the show pops up in their local area, like the Coventry show down here, a lot of my friends actually come, and they don't typically buy anything. They might buy a few things, say off somebody like Jez. I've tried to sell spiders to a lot of my friends, and they ain't having it. Like they can't see it, but I have a lot of my friends actually come to the events because for the entry of just £6, you can see so much on the day that is so unique. I mean, from the tarantulas to the praying mantis, stick insects, scorpions, the dead set stuff, the artwork, like it's so worth the entry fee just to have a look around. Better than any zoo you're gonna find for what
it's like a living museum for my friends. So some of them end up buying isopods as like their first invert.
Yeah. So I think that's always quite nice. If somebody's umming and ahhing about going, I think it's great for kids as well. There's a lot of kids that come and, you know, you see their faces when they see some of the stuff on the tables and some of the stuff on show. It's
the kids can get stuck in as well, can't they? At the creepy crawly corner, you know, they've got bugs for kids, and we've got Wild and Deadly show, that's right. So it's really family friendly, and you know, you've got the raffle at the end, well, closer to the end of the show, where you know, grown-ups and children alike can all get a raffle ticket and win something pretty cool that they didn't expect to or think to buy when they're walking around. I think that's
I've put some epic stuff off that raffle in the past.
You do.
So
I think because there's so much stuff on the table for the raffle as well that sometimes I've met people that have come over to tables, to trader stands, and at the previous show that they've gone to, they've won something on the raffle, and it's something that they would never think about buying themselves, but because they've won it, they now want more. So now they're coming back to the show because now they want to look for the thing that they won on the raffle because they want more of that. You know, everything's like a really good opportunity of people.
And the raffle proceeds all go to a good cause.
Indeed.
Yeah, this year we're doing it for the British ladybird spider.
Yeah,
and I think we're about £3,000 so far, if I remember correctly. Greg will know.
It was last year was for the Fenrath spider. Is that correct? I mean, I should know this, but hasn't their population now begun to increase? They're doing quite well now.
Massively so.
Goes direct to the person on the ground doing it.
Yeah.
Rather than get sucked into a larger charity. No, every single pound goes straight to the front line of invert conservation. So that's why each year, rather than do something more abstract like butterflies or bees, we hone in on just one species that just needs help. And some of these projects need a relatively small amount of money. You know, £5,000 donation makes a massive difference, you know.
Yeah.
That's 2 or 3 years' wage for someone just to solely focus on that.
Near £3,500 on the raffle this year alone so far.
Brilliant.
So our target is 5,000. So yeah,
that's incredible.
For the ladybird project.
Yeah.
So if anyone can buy raffle tickets or maybe take part in the bug exchange table, just pick some off there, chipping £1. or grab some
Yeah, the
feeds.
bug exchange is fairly new as well, isn't it?
Bug exchange chart table.
So the bug exchange idea came up this year. So how it works is, if you've got any spare bugs, i.e. you bred too many isopods or stick insects, you can take them to the table and swap it for something else on the table. And some people who are pet keepers have mature males they don't need, they can put them on the table. Someone who needs it for breeding can take it, either swap it for something else or make a small donation of their choice. It also serves a second purpose, is when you look at maybe other industries like dogs and reptiles, that animals getting dumped and stuff like that. It's a way that people can also surrender bugs they don't want, and we can redistribute them among the hobby.
Yep, it's a great idea.
Greg's up your target on the raffle to 6,000 for this year. Says you can do it if all the vendors support.
All the vendors are really good and do support, Joe. Without them giving their donations or prizes, without them we'd have nothing, you know.
Yeah, I mean the shows are not just about going there and buying stuff as well. It's got a really good community spirit to it, like a big social community spirit to it as well. You know, everyone's really friendly and welcoming.
Yeah, it's been the
Where else can you go and speak spiders all day long? Nowhere. Nowhere. You can't go to the pub with your mates and chat spiders all day long because they're not going to want to listen. But an invert show, literally everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
Apart from Bristol, what's all yours? This is a question for everybody on screen. What's your favourite Invert Shows UK show of the year? Apart from Bristol.
I'd probably say Scotland to the Glasgow show. Yeah, I think it's definitely for you.
Scotland's definitely my favourite as well.
It's that far to go. You feel like you're on a mini holiday.
Yeah.
So by the time we're all booked into the same hotel in the very nice West End of Glasgow, you know, or having dinner, a couple of drinks, all this sort of stuff, and then doing obviously the show. But it feels a lot more like, I guess, because you're in another country. We go through two countries to get there in a way. You know, it just feels like that kind of a bit. It's a bit more of a trip out.
And our Celtic cousins are really, really nice people. So we get a lot of people
Super
turn up
welcoming.
to help set up, give us places to stay. Sometimes they've offered. Get us all this weird, like we have to try like the Scottish delicacies. You get someone brings you like these square, like fucking potato things. Iron brew and rum. That's fucking mental. That was.
What's the night before Glasgow like?
Sorry.
What's the night out before Glasgow like?
Well, we're old now, so probably not as mad as it used to be. But there's a Scottish people, which is really nice.
Good crack.
You had a great one, though, didn't you?
Yeah,
you
you
had a good one.
2-day bender.
Yes, yeah. Well, this is the thing. So, I have to agree with Lee and Sam. For me, the Glasgow show is my favourite of the Invert shows for sure, and for pretty much the same reason. I mean,
is that actually a thing? Sorry.
It feels like a bit of a getaway, and it's kind of nice because my dad and my brother were staying in a hotel for a night. It's really nice to have that extra bit of time to catch up with friends and other traders. So much so that I actually go over on the Thursday now, so I can go out on the piss with my good friend Jeremy on the Thursday and the Friday, and on Saturday take it easy enough to be right as rain on Sunday. And I have to second what you said about our Celtic friends. Like the atmosphere over in Glasgow is amazing. Like everybody's so polite, friendly, and it's quite easily my favourite of the Invert Shows UK events.
I think it's worth saying Jeremy does not look great when we turned up on the Saturday. Like last year.
Shargameister and Iron Brews the haggis bomb.
Is that what that is?
Apparently, you've all got to be hitting them. Greg says the new Southampton venue is amazing. Should be a great show. Lee, do you want to expand on that?
So we used to be in Brighton, which we love Brighton. You know, it was a great place. Unfortunately, the venue was just too small for us to do all the things we want to do. And as we got bigger over the years, parking's now just impossible. So I think being end of the year show, we might as well have a big bang and do the biggest one of the year. that's the plan. We're doing really
November
well.
as well, so it's firework month, isn't it? So it is a big bang.
Yeah, and we've only got 10 tables left to sell, so we're almost ready to release the trader list.
How many tables is there for Southampton overall? Do you know, off the top of your head?
So we reckon we can fit in 300, but we're probably going to err on the side of caution and do maybe 250 at best. I expect us to have more room so people can move around and that sort of thing.
And for just the grills, Amy H. If you require a carer ticket, just ask on the door. No, we're really, really amenable.
Yeah. Luke will be at the Western Invertebrate Show on Sunday. Luke will be doing a workshop on Panthobetis and Xenethus as well. So they're really educational, the workshops. You get to learn a lot of things that, probably wouldn't pop into your head on most days regarding spiders or any other invert. Luke.
Yeah.
What's your background with Panthobetis and Xenethus, Luke?
Well, I thought it would be nice to touch on a subject when Lee asked me with regards to doing one of the talks. I quite enjoyed doing the talks. And over the last few years, I've began working with some of the South American spiders, some of the larger, more colourful spiders. I hadn't worked with them so much, but I keep a lot of them now. So I'm going to bring some examples that I haven't actually shown on YouTube or on either of my social media pages. I'll bring a few different species that people can come and have a look at, decide if Panthobetis and Xenethus might be something they might want to get into, and just go over the basic care information, little bits about breeding. But whenever I do these talks, I actually really quite like it when people watching fire questions at me. It should be interesting. It should be interesting.
How long have you been keeping Panthobetis and Xenethus for, Luke?
So for me, keeping them, it's not actually so long. So I've been keeping spiders personally long before spiders, so 19 years now. But I got quite heavy into the Panthobetis and Xenethus over the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 years. So having worked with them primarily over that time, I feel like it's the right time to maybe share some things that I've learned about working with them and open people's eyes to some of these bigger spiders, more colourful spiders.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to your talk, definitely.
I mean, I've got some that I'll bring with me for display purposes. So everybody's more than welcome to come over, have a little look. And I've got some species that I seen when I was a lot younger and I've been able and fortunate enough to obtain over the last few years. So it'll be showing off some of them. Because a lot of the spiders that you'll see with a Panthobetis, some of them aren't so well known. Some of the ones from Ecuador, you've got Colombia, some of the Colombian species are really quite nice. And then also with Xenethus, a lot of people will see pictures online and think a lot of these species look the same. And they do look very similar. But if I bring some and you can leave them side by side, you can sort of see the differences. And it's always nicer to see in person, I think.
I also think you doing this sort of thing, and anyone who's doing a workshop, who's also bringing examples of certain species, they really can see the sizes they can get to as well. Because a lot of people do ask you at the trader stands, how big are these going to get roughly? And we're kind of like, well, about this size or similar to this. But when they actually see it, I think it really, really hits. Wow, Xenethus, you get Panthos, you get.
That is a very good point, because I don't think it's common knowledge that Xenethus are very close to Ferrophosa in size. It's not easy to sell in the pictures, but some of these are huge. And to have a spider grow so large and look so impressive with all of the colours, it's nice to see in person. Because a lot of the time, sellers won't sell their older females as they're more so for breeding, such as myself, but will sell younger individuals on the day. So if Xenethus or Panthobetis is something that you've been looking at or something that's interested you, then maybe coming over and popping along for the talk for 3 o'clock would help.
Yeah.
Another question kind of for all of you. Obviously Ling does CF10 as well, so she can also reply to this one. Do you all do pre-orders? So if I want, let's say if I went on Spar Spider's website or TSS or spoke to Jez and says, "Oh, you've got one of these. Can I pay for it now? Pick up at a show." And what's that kind of like? Do you get a lot of those on the run up to a show, or is it quite quiet? Or
yeah, a few. So we certainly had. We've just finished actually the pre-orders. So yeah, we've kind of done it all week, and it's good for us. Like we've got to remember is that we can bring a lot, but we kind of can't bring everything. So things like certain species of spiderling, for instance, we just haven't got the capacity to bring all 100 or whatever species are on the site at the moment. So it's what I would say is if you're in any doubt about whether to pre-order something for any given show, just drop me an email or give me a ring in the run up to it. I can kind of give you an idea whether it's worth doing or not. And certainly I've had those conversations this week, and people who might not thought they needed to pre-order something have now pre-ordered something, so they know they got it. And yeah, it was pretty much how it goes.
is it the same with CFTM?
So I've got Zoo on Wheels and CFTN, and we've already been sorting out pre-orders with Zoo on Wheels, ready for show pickups. CFTN, I don't really get too involved in that side, but we do have people that come and collect things and that have like bought things and messaged the website, etc. So yeah, but definitely for Zoo on Wheels.
And I mean, for us, so the pre-ordering is something that we are bringing in. We did have a system online last time, but it needs a little bit of fine tuning. So there isn't actually a system online for this time. Anybody wishing to pre-order are more than happy to receive messages. I can keep stuff inside. That's not a problem at all. We do, however, keep a lot for the shows which isn't listed online. And a part of me is a little hesitant with regards to pre-orders because for me, I kind of like the idea of going to a show and seeing what you can find. But that is just me. So I've got to get with the times a little bit and get a pre-order system on there.
What about you, Jez?
It does happen, not massively often, but if somebody's got something in mind, and we usually will just communicating via Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I can obviously send pictures of items, and if somebody really wants something and they're coming along to a show, then obviously they can either pay for it prior to and pick it up on the day, or I can put it to one guy and obviously they can pay for it and they can collect it. Yeah, it does happen. I've recently had to close my website down, so I'm not really doing anything online anymore, but I always tell people just to literally speak to me directly, either Facebook or Instagram, and just send pictures and sort stuff out that way. But the website thing for me was an absolute nightmare. It's like a full-time job, just keeping up with taking photos and uploading stuff, because every single piece is unique. It's pretty hard work from that point of view. But yeah, absolutely. So I don't think I've got anything particularly lined up for Sunday, which is a shame. Yeah, it's always nice when you turn up to a show knowing you've already sold a couple of pieces. But I've got plenty for Sunday, so it'll be good.
Are you all right if I just jump in and answer some questions from the chat quickly?
Yeah.
Jez, if you back out and come back in again, it might sort the microphone out. And for anybody watching, it's the internet. It's not always perfect.
No.
If you back out the live stream and then rejoin again, fingers crossed, that might help with the microphone because it's a little bit stoppy and starty.
It's a bit crackly.
Just keeps breaking up.
Yeah.
But sometimes backing up and then coming back in again.
Cool. While he's doing that, though, if I just answer. So, Greg, if you want a Desert Buddy box, I can just sort you out in the morning of the show, if that's all right. We'll have both the things that go in it, Charlotte, are we taking any red fangs? That's more one for you.
Juveniles.
Yeah, we'll have some juvenile red fangs in there. Yeah, we haven't got many left, so come see us first thing. But if you want that, Might have some orbs as well, but we'll wait to see on that tomorrow.
I think the shows are pretty cool because not only you can buy the spider that you've been looking for, you can buy the correct substrate, its water dish, its hide, and the actual enclosure as well, can't you, Sam?
So definitely. So I usually get lumped down on equipment. I mean, it's not so much lumped down, but yeah, like it's putting windows in invertariums is kind of is my kind of forte. So I think it's really important to say that with all the reason that we have such a massive van is not because is more because we bring a massive amount of equipment with us. So the full range of everything you can get on the website is going to be with us at the show across probably about 4 tables on the end with me trying to poke through shelves to try and serve you. I would say, I reckon probably about 99% of the species that you can buy, not just from us, but from any trader at the show, we'll be able to house on the day for you. So if you are at any table on the day, whether it's ours, whether it is Luke, whether it is whoever else, and you're in two minds about whether you can set this up, just get the spider and then come and see me. We would just bring the animal with you and we'll just set it up there. And then, and we can do that on plastic. So you could probably walk away with a setup for $5. We can do that in plastic, acrylic. We can do that in glass. It's something that we're very, very kind of been working towards, is just being able to make sure that whatever you buy at this show, you're walking away with the correct setup as well,
So you could literally go to Spar Spider's table or Zoo on Wheels, buy a spider, come to yourself, set up, and then you actually fully rehouse it there and then for whoever's bought it.
Absolutely, yeah. So I don't mind where you bought it from in the show, Jay. I'm probably the least tribal person in the world. Just bring the animal. And this happens quite a lot. People say, "Oh, I've got this."
Scorpions, centipedes, millipedes.
Millipedes I might struggle a little bit with, just because of the substrate. But I can certainly, I definitely know people who'd be there who have specialist millipede substrate. And if I can't do it, I'll just point you over to them. If that makes sense. But yeah, centipedes. Most of the centipedes there, I think we've got housing for.
Great.
I think it's really good as well, because that when you're going round and you are inquiring about certain inverts, you can talk to the traders and actually get information about them as well. Their husbandry, their care, everything. Especially if you're new to the hobby, you can get all the information you need to get you started.
I think once it's quieted down a bit after about 1 o'clock, just ask just come and find one of us and ask whatever you need to. Yeah, I'd much rather people going away with the answers they need.
Yeah.
It's like, where did everybody think us that you do YouTube get all the information from? It's literally from all these guys that are on screen now.
I mean, I quite like it really, because the invert shows for me is kind of like more like a community. It's not really like sellers against sellers. It's like a community. So I get it all the time whereby people will come to me with a list or their wish list of stuff that they're looking for, and I'll quite often know which sellers might have certain species. So we're always more than happy to point them in the right directions. But I think the number one thing about attending the spider shows is when I pack orders online, I'm having to pick your individual spiders, whereas on show days you can pick your own stuff off the table. You get to see before you buy it, opposed to us choosing it. So I think that's a really nice little extra when you come into the shows.
Yeah.
And of course, at the same time, prices across the board are a little bit cheaper. You save on the postage, so that little bit of fuel to get you there and back, or maybe that train ticket, might even be saving you money, depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I think for most of you, yeah.
But we've also got like the evening before the show where everyone can socialize as well, haven't we? Which is set up. We've been pushing out the location for that as well. So it really does. The invert shows is really, really welcoming. We are literally bringing everyone in. Everyone's welcome to come and learn.
Really inclusive.
Really, really inclusive. It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, how far along you are in the hobby, what you keep. Come along, have a socialize, get to know everyone, be part of your people. And that's another thing about the shows that I love as well, because a lot of people do turn around and they do say, these are my people. I actually feel like I belong with this kind of people. It's really,
I
really
think
nice.
it's the only community on the planet, because if you go to other communities, like Luke was just saying, I think that really stands out for me. You go to other communities and sellers argue amongst themselves and won't point you in the right direction of somebody else with that item that you want. But at the Invert Shows UK, sellers do that. And I remember from the very beginning, I remember chatting to Luke and, after spiders and things like that. And he's gone, oh, no, you want to go over there? Or after a true spider, and you get pointed to a different stand and there it is. There's never no jealousy or anything like that. It's like everybody's there just to support the hobby.
Yeah.
Lee, with you, Ian, like, I know you're an organizer, but you're like the primarily one for, I think, a lot of us, because you're in the spotlight more so. What do you think is the best thing, full stop, about the shows? And why did you originally decide to start them?
Well, as you know, we're from West Wales. So back in the old days, you often have to travel overnight to a show. So being like set up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you drive to a show. Sometimes they just wasn't greatly attended, So you find yourself doing all the advertising for a show just so it's worth your while going. And it just got to the point of, I think we can do this better, And the way we made it is by bringing everyone involved. So we have all the guys, the YouTubers involved, other people from other societies involved, general hobbyists and volunteers. You think so by bringing the whole community together, you actually make a better show. And by having these shows throughout the year, so we do 9, it just means a chance for people to meet up with their friends on a regular basis, rather just being names or handles on forums like it was 15, 20 years ago. And even through Facebook, where we all got a bit closer and a bit bigger, it's still a focal meeting point, And now they're so spread out throughout the country, because there's no opportunity for everyone to at least go to one, meet up with everyone. They see the people they know from YouTube, meet breeders. We've all got spider friends that all live in different parts of the country. Different walks of life as well.
Yeah, it does give people the opportunity to meet people that they may look up to as well,
or just simply chat to on the internet, and then you get to put a face.
Yeah. I mean, down here there isn't a lot, with regards to invertebrates. So me coming up, I actually get to sit and talk to people unless I ring one of you and I sit on the phone with you until 5, 6 in the morning talking to you about spiders.
Funny enough, we have the same issue in West Wales, apart from us, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it's like you say, there's probably are people who probably know each other through speaking on Facebook groups or forums or WhatsApp or whatever your kids are doing now, who actually do get that opportunity to kind of to go there, and having that social element the night before, is an absolute wonder for that. Just where are we meeting? Has this been disclosed?
So it's going to be the Ship in Alveston, and it will be from 7 p.m. onwards.
Is that opposite my hotel?
Yes, so it's literally, there's the Premier Inn hotel. Across the car park is the Ship In and Alveston. So if you're staying in that hotel, you can kind of stumble across backwards.
Exactly how I intend to do it.
It is a very, very nice pub as well. I think the food last year was really nice as well. I did eat there last year, and it was nice food as well. If you wanted to have something to eat before you had a drink.
Sounds perfect.
And going back to what we're saying about the hobby, when I think back, I've known people now for 20 years. So you've got like little Luke here, I've watched him grow up.
Yeah.
People die, people get married. Do you know what I mean? You sell spiders to their parents and you then sell them to their kids. So whereas maybe in a normal walk of life, you don't tend to have people you meet throughout your whole life. Whereas now I have, 20 years ago.
How old were you, Luke, when you first met Lee?
I met Lee when I was 13, and I'm 30 now, so 17 years.
And then, Lee, how does it feel kind of watching Luke evolve as a spider keeper and grow up into a man from the age of 13 to what he is now? and now he's doing a talk at one of your shows.
Well, great. I think he's still got a bit more growing to do, but yeah. I don't think he's final mature malt yet.
Yeah, no, there's always room, mate. There's always room for improvement.
I actually do a great trade in selling lots of spiders to all Luke's brothers. Best part of my morning, that is. Everyone's got better taste than Luke's. It's all scorpions and true spiders.
Oh,
Yeah.
Greg.
I'm quite sold.
His regret is coming too old.
Oh, don't worry, Greg.
But it's like when I was growing up, like Lee and Sam had pointed out, when I was growing up, I used to go to the C show, Southeast Arachnid show, and the BTS show. And throughout the year, there was just them two shows. And now there's a show every month. So it's really nice.
Accessible for everybody.
Yeah, so I get to catch up with Lee each month. I get to catch up with you, Scott, with you, Ling. And it's really nice because, like, as you say, you guys are from Wales. You're from down in Cornwall.
Yeah, because the
I've
BTS
got
show.
Scott just down the road, but it's so nice that we can all come together over our hobby and passion for spiders, you know. And it's it's really
the
like
BTS show once a year for me was like it's like a 6.5 hour travel to get up there. Plus, I needed to think about staying there, and it's quite far. But although it happened once a year, it was quite far. Whereas now I get the choice, even though I go to every single one of them, but I still get the choice. I still get the choice to, just if I wanted to just come and stay a little bit more local to where I am.
Yeah.
Bristol is 3 hours away from me, and Taunton show is 2.5 hours. So they're a lot more accessible to me. It gives me the opportunity that if I don't want to stay an extra night of the show night, I can drive home, whereas the other ones I do need to stay another night just in case I feel a little bit too tired after a busy show.
And with so many, and because they're so well distributed now, like there's always going to be a show that's in traveling distance to you. Like there's always going to be a show that you can attend, whereas before we had the two options, and now we've got all 9 of the Invert shows dotted all around the country. So it means that hopefully everybody in the community, they can prioritize one show, even if it is just the one show a year that's closer to them and more feasible for them. So
yeah.
And what I've noticed as well, so we've been trading at the Invert Shows UK's event pretty much from the start, and we do every show. So we go from Glasgow all the way to Coventry, that's just down the road from me. And what we've really noticed is year on year, these shows are just growing. We're meeting new faces at every show, and it's just really expanding the hobby. I mean, from when I started in the hobby, there used to be just the forums and leaks on before. And now it's grown so much, and there's so many people that are introduced to the hobby. It's fantastic, and it really is a credit to the Invert shows. It's bringing a lot of people together. And I mean, I know people in the community that's really bad with anxiety and stuff, and now I'm seeing them come to the shows and get out of the house and meet friends and stuff. It's really it really is something, yeah. So credit to what the Invert Shows UK are doing.
I think it's a really good point. Is that when we're kind of in our little online boxes, which I know I am all the time, shipperoo. It's not until maybe you come to something like Bristol, you kind of realise what we're in, like and the scale of, how many people are actually in this.
It's very real, doesn't it?
And we're probably not as niche as we think we are, like, which is it's a lovely feeling, to kind of realise, wow, there is so many here with such a mad passion for what we kind of do. It's it's really. It's quite heartwarming in a way, Yeah.
Do you guys still get that same buzz when somebody comes up to you, all three of you, and says, I haven't kept a spider, but I want to get one today. And then they end up buying it from you. And then you know that you've literally just set off somebody's addiction for the rest of their life.
Down a rabbit hole.
When we get people coming off, when we get people coming just who aren't from the hobby, we usually will not sell them a spider on the day. Usually we say, look, here's our website, buy a book, think about it, sort of thing. We try and not encourage that impulse buying.
Yeah. But I would, I've said, like, You get it almost every show with people new to the hobby, and they come over and ask the questions that they've done a little bit of research. The researching online can be quite vast. Like, you can have a lot of different viewpoints. So if anybody's ever looking for something, they pop over to our table, but they're not quite sure, or they don't know where to access the information, I can always help provide that and give advice. But it's amazing how many people have came to me for their first spider, done their research, they've took the spider home, and I say to them, hey, look, just to warn you, it might sound ridiculous, but this hobby is actually quite addictive. And they'll go, no, I'm just keeping the one, I haven't got the space. It's just and then throughout the remainder of the year, I'll see them popping up at the shows around the country. And it's like, I've warned you guys. Like,
I do love it when they say that.
For the people that might be watching who haven't came to one of these invert shows before, maybe aren't a part of the community, it might sound a little bit mad that it is so addictive, but it's never just one. I think once you get one and you understand it and you learn with it, it becomes a fascination, really. I mean, a lot of people come and buy their first spider to get over their fear of spiders, and then it turns from a fear into a passion.
No worries, Jez.
And that's a crazy amount. It's a crazy amount of people who go from being arachnophobic to, our best customers. Wild. And who literally just go from one straight the other way, and it's it's a phenomenon. That is, I've never been able to work it out, but there you go.
I think you can learn a lot from spiders. I did actually do an interview recently with somebody and going into, what spiders mean to me and all that personal kind of stuff. And it's so much more than just keeping a spider as a pet, because that's where it all stems from. But now I'm sitting on a screen with 4 of my good friends, for example, like, it starts with a spider, and that's where your passion comes from. But then the community and the hobby of ours offers so much more than that at the same time. But we've all got the common passion for the spider, or maybe I should be more inclusive because I only do the tarantulas, but scorpions, stick insects, praying mantis, isopods, whatever it may be. But yeah, it's so much more than just bugs.
It is so much more.
All you on screen have all had your part to play, and my wife getting very annoyed with me several times a week because I've got to come down here and feed the spiders.
He was pretty annoyed with you, and I was trying to convince you to move to Wales.
Give me time on that, because generally I just go, we're going. My son's over there now. He's on the coast, and he was showing me. He had lobster. I think it was scampi and chips for £9 on the beach, and he said they actually do that all year round because it's so cheap. All the locals go, and obviously the guy that does it's local. And I'm like, oh. And then he's like, Dad, and if you don't want to buy it, there he is with a fishing rod. He says, you can catch it. I'm like, babe, we need to go.
Just to respond to Amy in chat, that's so nice to see. That she's saying the same, and that I can't say it. I word arachnophobe friend spoke to us at the show, and now she's part of the community, part of the hobby, and she owns 6 tarantulas. I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
From the advice she got from Luke and Chris at Bournemouth, then the next day ordered from Luke and now owns 6 tarantulas.
Yeah, it is crazy, isn't it? How you just see their faces again. I mean, I had a lady who bought their first tarantula at one of the show off me, and next minute she's in the group chat with me, and I'm like, she's literally like, it's me, I bought my best. And it is really nice to see them, because now they're really wanting to learn everything. This community, and this is all part of the invert shows. This is because when we go into the invert shows, everyone's walking around. Now, I will be probably running around, getting up in your face, asking you questions at the Western Invertebrate Show. So don't be surprised if you see a little person running around with a stick in the air. So that will be me, seeing how you're loving the show. But it is really nice to see what people actually come home with as well. I think last show at Wigan, I came and spoke to you, didn't I, Sam? And you had some fancy things.
I had some fancy things. I had a really bad haircut and a really hungover face, and I ended up being the thumbnail of the video.
Yes,
Most of
you had some really, really fancy things, which I'd never even seen myself before. So I was really intrigued about them. And I might have to see if they're there again.
I can certainly, we can give you a walk down the table if you want, but yeah, I try not to. I don't want to be like super overly vague about it, but there's just so much. I've kind of been through this when we were doing the stickers, and then there's just a lot of
We always pull out the big guns to Bristol.
Pull out the big guns.
You also come across species, probably Luke and yourselves will agree with me, where you'll come across some things and you'll be like, I haven't seen that in years. I didn't even know that we had them.
Yeah, there's definitely some that have been new to me. And
it's like, oh my God, I had this back, way back when, and now I haven't seen them since, and now they're available again. I don't know if you can agree with me. Yeah, there is some.
I think what happens, you get some species that just weren't popular enough people to breed them. So you have this thing of the males mature and no one takes them up to breed. Yeah. So they can kind of die out. And then 5 years down the line, there's kind of a resurgence, and that's when everyone wants them again.
Yeah.
But there's always so much more you can find at a show than you can ever find online. There is so much. As I say, like I keep stuff for shows, especially as does the Spider Shop, as do most of the traders. So it's it's definitely worth the trip. If anybody's in chat and they haven't been to one of the Invert shows before, it's definitely going, having a look, seeing what it's like, and I can almost guarantee that you'll be visiting more throughout the rest of the year.
I would say that this is a great.
I remember 10 years ago when I got into the hobby, and I went into a pet shop and I paid. I think it was the third spider that I bought. It was a Metallica, and I paid 120 quid for it. It was about this big, and it turned out male. And then I think it was Steve Thornton said, Scott, have you ever been to one of the shows? And then you walk into an Invert show and they've got Metallicas this big for like 20 quid. I was like, wow, literally you can buy a spider and you've got your fuel money for the show there and back. And just the amount that's there compared to like your normal reptile shop, if that's the only place you've ever been to, is mind-blowing, or it was mind-blowing.
Yeah, man.
And then you've also got the pick of the bunch, So if you're ordering offline and you want to order from 3 different shops, well, that's going to be what, £30 to £35 in postage. Whereas if you go to a show, you can pick all of that up on the day. And as you say, you can even pre-order the stuff from the shows. So, a lot of people have their wish list, and I've seen that the Spider Shop has used this wish list thing on their website now. And it's brilliant because it's everybody's saving all their wish list stuff. And I think a lot of people do that across a few websites. So it makes sense to go to the shows and pick it up yourself.
Yeah, also while we talk about bargains, all our range of equipment, we do a slightly cheaper price. So for instance, a kilo of cork bark's about £7, and you can pick out the bits you like yourself. Yep. Or a glass tank for under £30.
Yep.
How much? You mean you'd be paying £30 plus in a reptile shop for that?
Yeah, I think it's really important as well, because everyone's got different cork bark needs. Everyone needs cork bark for different things and different animals. So just being able to get in the Yorker cork, have a good old rummage, and get the bit you want, and get what you want for £7 is it's definitely one of the things that goes quick though. So if you do want decent cork bark, come see us. Yeah.
And then you can pick out that perfect bit. I mean, I've came over to you guys a few times, and you got to pick out what you need, because you can get a bag. I've done it before where I've ordered bags of cork bark online, and it comes and it's like a fit. It's like a bit like this thick and this big, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't good for nothing.
What we're going to do with that? Yeah, you just get sent the crap.
Yeah.
But then that goes back to what you were saying, though, Luke, about going to a show and you can actually see the spiders that you're buying. You can grab the pieces of cork bark that you're buying, the moss that you want, the substrate. It's all there for you to go. Because it's all great and good seeing spiders in pictures and all the rest of it and going and clicking, pressing buy. But if you're there in person, if there's, let's say, 20 curly hairs, all for a certain price, you can look through them and go, well, actually, I like you. I'll have that one because you look a little bit bigger. Or
there's another thing as well.
You can read all the sheets. like you can read all the care sheets online and stuff and descriptions and stuff for certain species that you're keeping. But the nice thing is, if you come to a show and you're buying it off the table, you can ask somebody's first-hand experience keeping that spider, you know. So if there's something that you're not so sure about, then every person behind their table is always happy to help. So I think that's really...
And not just that, when they're looking at the stock, like the spiders on the table, let's just say there's some white lady spider. Now that would have a completely different substrate to, let's just say, another true spider. They can look at the type of substrate in the tub instead of just reading, an arid substrate. Well, what's that? If you're brand new to it, what's that? What does that look like? What's it supposed to look like? When you're there, you can say, what have you got in this tub for this spider? And how much do I need for its enclosure?
Yeah.
So you can
I would say you still need to ask, because a lot of people just put a particular soil on the bottom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you can really ask, I think I asked you a question regarding one of the fancy things at the last show that I'd not seen before, which wasn't a spider, Sam. And how would you keep this? And what do you do with this? And you was kind of like getting sucked in by me.
You can also buy a couple of extra spiders and just tell the other half you won them on the raffle. Perfect, dude.
Can do that too.
Oh, that is a good plan, isn't it? Well done. Yeah.
I like that. I mean, it's not like when you come to one of the shows and you buy a spider off like TSS, off Ling, or Zoo on Wheels, or Luke over at Spar Spiders. It's not like these people have just suddenly gone, oh, I know what I'll do this year. I'll set up a little shop and I'll sell spiders. These people have been in the hobby for decades and then turn their hand to sell it. And so the information that you can get off shows from sellers are literally second to none. Saves you doing a lot of Googling, saves you checking out YouTube and all that type of stuff. You can just literally speak directly to the people and say, I'm going to buy this, but how do I set it up? What's the humidity? What's the temperatures? And I think that's brilliant.
I will say that the Invert shows is growing bigger and bigger each show. And I think the bigger they're getting, it's really, really coming to light with how much of a movement it's making as well. If you understand what I mean, you've got all of the dog rescues, the cat rescues. Everyone's like,
it's a big splash in the pond, isn't it? We're now a big splash in the pond.
The Invert shows and also things like the BTS and stuff like that, they are really coming and making a big loud bang about these matter too. You're actually raising money for the Ladybird Spider Project. So you're raising awareness on something already that people are contributing to without thinking about it by entering a raffle. You're allowing people to help where they're not even consciously helping by just enjoying something that is a big part of their own lives. A lot of people find solstice in their hobby, don't they?
Definitely. Back to that, like you just feel like you're a part of something much bigger
than yourself.
Yeah. So and ultimately, I do think that we're all a part, whether it be us, you, everyone in the chat, every single customer.
Hey, Tim.
We're all a part of something very, very, quite special. I think as a hobby compared to other hobbies as well, it's a very, very special thing we're in.
Well, there is such thing as a show blues now. I know that a lot of people feel the show blues after a show. They want to go almost immediately. And, we've waited from Wigan until now to see all of our friends again. That was quite a big gap, wasn't it? Because the other show was at the beginning of the month of June and this one's at the end of July. So we've had a lot more time to prepare ourselves for the next show. But at the same time, you do get those show blues. And that's when you can't wait to see everyone again.
Sorry, can I just say hi to Tim as well? Scorpion Tim.
Hey, Timmy.
Just come in. Yeah, the Scorpion King.
I mean, that's another thing that's grown in the hobby is scorpions, massively so.
Yeah.
What they have.
And again, a lot of the rarer stuff you're only going to see at the shows.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, scorpion keeping, yeah, even in the last couple of years, I think it's kind of exploded a lot, which is really, really good. Yeah, it's definitely great for us. Yeah, we've got a lot of species with us, I would say, at the show in Bristol as well, man. Quite a massive amount. Oh, is it just you and me now, Scott? Is it?
It's just me and you. Luke's disappeared for a cigarette, and I think Ling's disappeared probably for a vape. Or
I don't know. No, I just opened the door for my chihuahua.
It's YouTube, so you can just vape on YouTube. You don't get restrictions like we did on TikTok.
But yeah, I think we wait after you. We might have to pop off in a sec. Just I'm actually going to go back to work. To be fair.
Yeah, not me.
Finish up a few bits.
Lots to do.
Did you ever go home, or have you just placed yourself at Leeds and that's it?
I set myself quite a lot to get done today, and yeah, but
I mean that's some dedication from you and Luke. I mean, 20 past.
I wasted an hour trying to install a colour printer, to be honest, and then I almost sent it back. Swore at it a lot. Yeah, that was me at my lowest moment today. So yeah, since that's all happened, I'm now on the up. But yeah, I just going to go back, do a bit of ordering, answer the last couple of emails, and then get home and take my.
And how long have you been part of the spider shop for, Sam?
Well, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you.
It all rolls into one, doesn't it?
It absolutely has all rolled into one. I think I've got to be getting somewhere on for about. No, hang on. I reckon it's probably about 8 or no, my kid's 8, so probably about 9 years, maybe. It might even be 10, and I just don't know.
Because I mean, normal workplaces, it's like, we're doing this after work if you want to come along, and most people go, no, I'm going home, mate. Spider guys, I mean, Luke literally works with his family. You and Lee are just literally chilling out. It's completely different, isn't it? Completely different world we are.
I mean, I haven't even got a bedroom. Like, I've got a 2-bedroom property, and I haven't got a bedroom. The spiders have got both of them. My bed's there.
That is serious dedication.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can, Louise. I can help you with that.
I actually went. I spent about 6 months. I actually lived at TSS, like back before I worked there as well. But yeah. And actually lived in a room in the office like for about 6 months, and then obviously not for too long. But that was kind of my first introduction to it, and then a couple of years later ended up working there. So yeah, there you go.
Did you know Lee before you worked there? Then I take it.
Yeah, so me and Lee have been like best friends for like 20 odd years. I think it is. It's 20 odd years.
Get into spiders
long before. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I literally, went from not knowing anything about the hobby to working in the biggest place there is, like pretty much like that. Just went in to do some pots one night to help him out. Just never left, man. Once these feet were under that table,
it's quite impressive that you went to do pots and you never left, because I hate that job.
Oh man, and it was actually it's through an American shipment, so loads and loads of desert scorpions, and I ended up staying and like putting the desert scorpions in the pots, and then came back the next day, and then the next day, and the next day, and never looked back. Never looked back. No.
I thought you meant just drilling the pots, so putting the scorpions in the pots. Okay, that is the fun job. But I thought he meant that Lee roped you in just to be putting holes.
No, I literally got the pots, put the substrate in them for about 5
hours.
Hey,
Misfit Pants.
Yeah, put the sand in the pots for like 5 hours. Yeah, it's very complicated stuff. And then put the scorpions in the pots afterwards. And then on the next day, he told me how to put the lids on.
I'll give you one of my secrets. When you want to empty the pots, you buy a cement mixer. And if you put it at a 45-degree angle, as they empty out, they fling out. So that's how we empty out thousands of pots in half an hour.
Yeah.
So you get cement.
Tim said blink twice if you need to escape, Sam.
Sam, are you okay? Are you, Sam? You okay?
escape.
Oh, I thought you said if I need a vape. Like, yeah, no, I'm all right.
Do you need us to order you a pizza?
Sounds okay.
Okay, I'm all right. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to knock off then and get back to the office. I reckon, if that's cool. But yeah, it's been lovely to see you all.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I really look forward to seeing as many of you on Saturday night and Sunday as possible. All right.
Yes, it's going to be great. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. We've got a winner as well from the Invert shows in collaboration with Reptile Zone. So it's going to be a bit of a mental weekend of madness and fun with the meetups and the show and just everything. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing everyone.
Just before we end the live, then, Lee, Sam, have you got anything on the TSS table which is like an absolute standout or might be really, really cheap? You got anything stand out? Probably not. Really cheap, most definitely.
Yeah.
Easily available, definitely.
So it's super cheap. Was that
super cheap?
Ah,
Cork bark.
cork bark.
We're not giving away our secrets 2 days for the show.
I'm not giving away the massive discounts are. Yeah, while these guys have still got time to make labels. I love you all, but not that much. No, yeah.
Quick, Luke.
Same question to Luke.
So as
say feeders.
No.
Yeah, cockroaches, feeders. So we will have Subidal, P Metallica, the Guti Sapphire ornamental females on the table that aren't online. We will have the Fairy Birds of Blondie, as I mentioned earlier, the Glyph Birdie, adult females on the table. There's a whole lot coming with us, and that is what I've got to get off to really make a start on, because I've got 2 days and then it's Sunday. So yeah, this is what I was going and saying back previously. It's not hours, it's a lifestyle, you know. So once I get off the stream, I'm not going to bed. I'm preparing for tomorrow. My dad comes over with my brother at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then he'll be with me for as long as it takes, and anything that's not done on Saturday gets done Sunday. Not done Sunday. Anything that's not done on Friday gets done Saturday. And let me tell you now,
Appreciate your time. Busy week, Mum.
I can tell you now for sure that I won't be done tomorrow. And probably a very late night Saturday, as it always is. But I won't be hungover this time, so might be tired, but I won't be.
You're going to be there Sunday at 8 a.m. Not at 10.
Sorry?
Sam, do you want to put a fiver on that Luke will be hungover Sunday?
Oh, okay. Yeah, get in there at 8. Yeah, I'll get there at 9. I get somewhere in between. Maybe when I've got as many tables, I'll get there at 8.
Okay, so we'll end the live. For everybody on Facebook, we couldn't see your comments, but thank you so much for joining and supporting, and everybody on YouTube and in the comments again, thank you so much for coming along, and we shall see you on Sunday in Bristol.